Hello there, you are live on NutriCare Daily with me, Manuel. On NutriCare Daily, what we do is we take mothers on a journey on how to use healthy meals to curb most infant dietary related diseases. Today on this show, we are looking at breastfeeding. Per research and per popular request, we've come to terms with the fact that most women battle with how to breastfeed and even how to do it exclusively. World Health Organization has been championing a course on exclusive breastfeeding for at least 6 months. And today on this show, we are looking at how best we can address this issue. And to help me on this topic is our very own Mr. Solomon Thompson, who has always been a regular guest on this show. Mr. Solomon, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so quickly before we dive deep into it, I believe you've heard this this news on the Morikoko issue, the condo porridge issue, that the health service issued a communique that they should stop, or mothers should stop feeding their babies on Morikoko or with Morikoko. If you don't know what Morikoko is, it's condo porridge, and that is choking the babies and all of that. Looking at it from that angle, what is breastfeeding?
Exclusive breastfeeding.
Exactly, exclusive breastfeeding.
Exclusive breastfeeding. It's using breast milk. That is, you are feeding your baby on breast milk for the first 6 months of life. That is, in this period, there is no food, no water, and no formula. Only breast milk for
no
the first food, no water, no formula. For the first 6 months of the baby's life. That is exclusive breastfeeding.
Okay. Is there any rationale behind this whole agenda?
Well, breast milk is a feed on its own. Okay. It contains all the nutritional values that, in their right proportion, that babies would need.
And research also says that breast milk is a complete meal. Yes. So that has to do
a complete meal.
Okay, per a search I made, I realized that the first milk that comes out contains some, I might get it wrong, contains some chemicals. And I learned it fights immunity, or it fights certain infections that the baby is likely to encounter. How true is it?
It's true. It's called the colostrum.
Okay, yeah, colostrum.
The colostrum, yeah. So it comes in the first 3 days of breastfeeding. It's yellowish in color.
Exactly.
Normally, people weren't enlightened to that kind of milk, so they'll tell you that is not good for the baby and that you shouldn't give it to the baby and wait till it has all passed before you start breastfeeding. But no, it contains body antigens. Antigens are things that help the baby to build immunity. So when babies are fed with the first milk, the yellowish kind of milk that comes at the first 3 days of birth, it builds their immunity, and that helps them to be lessly infected with diseases. It builds their immunity.
And I love it when you said that most people are of the opinion that milk isn't, especially this thing happens in the rural areas a lot. Most of them have no idea to the importance of the yellowish, and some even ascribe it to superstitious beliefs and all of that. So I love the part that you made that clarity there. Mm-hmm. So thanks for that clarity. What if this whole agenda, exclusive breastfeeding agenda, what happens to someone who doesn't have enough breast milk? What can the person do?
Not having enough breast milk for how long?
You know, some will say that minufunu insuanim, or I don't have enough breast milk and all of that. And I think when you take 100, on a scale of 100, you have about 30 people complaining about them not having enough breast milk. What contributes to that? And also, is there any substitutes with regards to that?
There is no substitute to breast milk.
Okay.
And one more thing, breast milk generation has all to do with the brain.
Okay.
when you put your baby to the breast and start suckling, it will come. The breast milk will come.
The part that you are talking about, it all has to do with the brain.
Yeah. Of the mother.
Hammer on it well for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's with the brain that will stimulate the breast to be able to like push out the milk. So when you put it's funny, that's how God made it. When you put your baby to breast, the baby starts suckling on the nipple, and it will start generating. Although maybe you are not getting enough quantity at a time, but it's with time that like it will start coming. So all you need to do is put your baby to breast.
And how can you tell that the baby is getting breast milk, or the baby is just taking in air? Because there have been instances where you might think that the baby is actually getting the food or the milk, but you realize it is just air that the child is taking in.
From the air from where?
I don't know, because there is this whole idea surrounding it.
So let's squash that idea. There is no way air will come from the breast.
So what happened to the air that accumulates in the baby's belly after breast
Then
milk?
maybe it could be a congenital deformity or something. Yes, but there is no way coming from the breast. There is no way air comes from the breast.
I see.
Yes.
I see. Okay, so we on the agenda of exclusive breastfeeding, what are some of the foods that you think a mother can feed on in order to generate more breast milk?
Mother should feed on nutritious food.
Okay, can you
right after birth?
Okay.
Nutritious food is what do you call it? The mother can do the 6
classes of
food, in their right proportion. You are eating well. When mother eats well, everything will be okay. You start producing your milk for baby to feed on. Yes.
Okay. So mothers, talking about the 6 classes of food, it's all falls under the 3 main classification of food, that is the bodybuilding, energy giving, and the protective foods. And all these 6 main nutrients, they all fall under these 3 classification. So if you're a mother and you are out there, I believe when you go to the antenatal,
they are taught all that.
Yes, you were taught all of those things. So if you are a nursing mother, make sure you adhere to all these teachings in order for your baby to get enough breast milk. Someone just sent a question, and the person is asking is that is breastfeeding painful? Is it a painful experience? Because some are of the view that I won't give my baby breast milk because it's painful. Someone is asking, is it really painful, as some claim it to be?
Breastfeeding. I'm really sure it's personalized.
Okay.
It should be painful if you have a problem with the nipple. Some has sore nipple.
Okay.
Of course, when there is sore there and the baby is feeding on, it will tend to be painful. But when there's nothing there that's serving as a blockade to feeding, then actually it shouldn't be really painful. If you're having pain without any of the symptoms, please see your physician.
Okay, all right. And in breastfeeding, how long should a mother breastfeed a child? Not in terms of the 6 months, but day in, day out.
The interval. Okay.
Intervals.
So the baby can be put to breast 2 to 3 hours. Every 2 to 3 hours, you can breastfeed your baby, and it should be 15 minutes on each breast.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So every 2 to 3 hours, you can breastfeed your baby. So it should be 10 to 15 minutes on each breast.
So it means the mother shouldn't just give one breast to the baby, but
no,
okay.
No, you have to alternate it.
Okay. So the breast, is there a difference? There's this saying that goes around that one contains water, one contains food. How true is that?
In my time of practice, I have not read anything like that.
No.
Now, which one contains what and which one contains the milk?
Okay. So how someone is also asking that if I use a breast pump, how long should I keep the breast milk?
Okay, with room temperature, you can keep it for 4 hours. In a refrigerator, you can keep it for 4 days, and in a freezer for 6 months.
Okay.
In a room temperature, 4 hours. In a refrigerator, 4 days, but in a freezer, 6 months.
In our setting, if a mother gives birth and maybe the person dies, the old women or those around tend to maybe give the baby to a nursing mother to feed the baby. Is it advisable?
It is not advisable. How clean is that mother? Is the mother disease free? Does the mother have any contagious disease that can pass on to the baby? We don't check all that. So that is so is a not.
And funny enough, that is really happening. And even in urban cities, it's happening. Not even the rural areas.
Yes.
So I think if you're a parent or a guardian and you are out there and you've been practicing this, hear it from the horse's own mouth. He's saying that it's not good because you can't ascertain how clean the nursing mother is and also how disease free the person is. So then, what is the alternative if the mother dies and the baby needs to be fed?
Then we should fall on formula. The baby can be fed on formula. Yes, the baby can be fed on formula.
Okay, so you heard it. The baby needs to be fed on formula. In case you just joined us, this is NutriCare Daily with me, Manuel, and we are discussing breastfeeding. This show is proudly brought to you by Divine Origins. Even they are into decor, event coordination, and all of that. Don't forget to subscribe and also like our page. So in wrapping up, this whole agenda about breastfeeding is not just in Ghana. WHO is championing this cause and is making sure that all mothers worldwide engage in this exclusive breastfeeding. Has there been any step taken to ascertain the performance level of this agenda?
Yes, that has to do with the weighing of the child.
Okay.
As and when they go to the weighing. So you see, when you are doing exclusive breastfeeding, you on the baby's weighing card, you see the baby getting a gradual weight that leads to that needs and follow the gradual process of the baby. So each time you go to the weighing section, it's like your baby is gaining weight gradual, healthy weight gradually. Yes.
So in case you go and there is a decline in weight, it means you are not breastfeeding right.
Right, you are not feeding right. Yes.
Okay. And so those that have the excuses of giving the baby water when maybe the baby try to cough or the baby is being choked, they try to complement the feeding with water. What is your take on that?
We take on that. Exclusive breastfeeding. Because the breast milk is a whole meal on its own. So when you do exclusive breastfeeding, I think you are in the right direction. You are helping yourself and you are helping your baby.
Okay. So parents out there, mothers out there is no substitute to breast milk. Research says that breast milk is a complete meal on its own. So don't substitute it for anything else. Those that have been feeding their babies with bayamku, salt fufu, and all of that, even morikoko, they are saying that it's not good. It causes the babies to be down. How much more you feeding the baby on fufu and banku? So mothers out there, please be very careful not to give your kids all these foods, but do exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. Yeah, we are saying that exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. After that, you can complement it with other foods to help your baby grow. Before we wrap up, we would like to take Mr. Thompson's final words.
So breast milk is an ideal nutritional meal for the baby.
Okay.
And it will help your baby build their immunity so that you don't need to be running in and out of the hospital.
Okay.
Then it saves time and money.
Okay. It saves time and money. So parents out there, mothers out there, try and rely on breast milk for your child's immunity. And as you are doing that, you are also saving yourself the stress of time and also money. This is how far time will allow us on the show. So we come your way same time next week. It has been NutriCare Daily with me, Manuel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.